Welcome to HG Movie Talk, where I am joined here today with my co-host Dean's Beans.
And I'm joined here today by my co-host, Fluffy Duffy, aka Harlan.
Oh, Dean's Beans. His name is Dean.
See, it's a bit more obvious with me. Anyway, welcome back to episode 3 of The Silver Lining, where we take a bad movie and we talk about the bad, we talk about the good, and then we improve it. Today we're talking about Suicide Squad. It's not The Suicide Squad because that comes out soon, or it's already out. I don't know when you're listening to this.
Dude, it's gonna get so it's already confusing.
It's
I
just,
don't know
just such
why
a
they did.
dumb name to call the sequel. Anyway, okay. I'll just start us off with a quick plot summary. Are you ready to
Go
hear
for
this
it.
for the first
Uh,
time?
I'm so ready for the first time. I don't know what this movie's about. Again,
So Amanda Waller is a secret government operative that recruits the worst criminals in the world to fight for her. That's Harley Quinn, that's Deadshot, that's Diablo, that's Captain Boomerang, that's others that nobody cares about. And they all get bombs put into their neck. If they disobey, their heads will explode and they get sent into an evacuated city to fight the Enchantress, who is a woman who dances funny.
yes. Dean, are you interested to know some quick fun facts about this movie?
Mm, Go ahead, I suppose.
Okay. Well, so when Jared Leto was trying to perfect his laugh, if you want to call it perfected, um, he would go around. Wait, where'd he go around? He went around Toronto and New York, and just tried to see what laughs would make people the most uncomfortable.
I think he nailed it for making people feel uncomfortable.
Yes, it makes everybody feel uncomfortable. But Ryan Gosling was also almost the Joker in this movie.
I reckon he would have done better.
I think that would have been really interesting.
I like Ryan Gosling, and spoiler alert, I don't like Jared Leto. Not
No.
only as an actor, but also as a person. Okay.
Um, and finally, and last fun fact: to prepare for her role as the Enchantress, David Ayer asked Cara Delevingne to go out in the woods in the middle of the night, strip down naked, and to roll around in mud. And she did.
This sounds like David Ayer is doing something dodgy, and Cara Delevingne does not know about it.
That's weird.
It's a weird request. I think it's weirder that he asked her to do that.
But to be fair, she did do it in like the compound of her sister's mansion. So like she
Okay,
was it was in
that's fine.
private.
I guess when I imagined it, I forget that these people aren't like us at all in any way.
No, they're inhuman. They're metahumans in
And do you know
real
what the
life
worst
too.
thing about a metahuman is?
What?
The human. That's a
Eh.
line from this movie. Anyway, should we talk about the bad?
All right, yeah, let's get into the bad. I gotta take up my phone for this.
Okay, just message your friends, then we'll talk about the bad.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Okay, I'll start us off. And what should I go with first? I'm gonna I'm gonna say let's talk about what we've already talked about, the Joker.
Okay, we're gonna have a discussion about this.
Is he your least favorite Joker?
Yes,
I'm
but
glad.
but he's not terrible.
No, he's not. I think he's a lot worse in the Snyder Cut, even though that's brief. I guess it's brief here as well.
The whole like so the whole idea of Joker's character in this film is he's this mob boss.
And I
Like
think
that's
that kind of
basically what Joker is.
works. That
Yeah, it
idea of
does.
it.
It's like it's something they're going for. It's different, and I'm like, you know what? I don't mind different as long as you know do it well. And it did like it was good half the time, I would say.
I would say it was fine 40% of the time.
40%. You
Yeah. Number
literally
one, what
couldn't
do you
add
think of
that
his
10%.
tattoos and his teeth and his.
The damage tattoo is a little much, but again, they're kind of going for like this, like it's like a gangster Joker. So like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's the teeth that put me off, I think.
well, I mean, maybe that's just our white suburban minds not being used to seeing people with the grills, though.
Yeah, perhaps. The laugh isn't very good, I think, as well,
No,
is an
the
issue.
laugh doesn't come off as like it comes off as like semi-sexual, like
Yeah, a lot of this performance does in respects that I don't appreciate.
it's too uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Like it's like it brings you out at the moment. You're like, what is he doing?
and it's kind of like the character doesn't feel like an actual person, which might sound dumb, but I think it's widely accepted that if we're talking about live action, that Joaquin Phoenix and Heath Ledger are at the top of the
Yeah,
game, and they were, especially Heath Ledger. There was always an element of unpredictability to it, but like
right.
it felt like an insane person. It didn't feel like I don't even know how to describe what Jared Leto is like, but it's not even like a person.
Yeah,
It's just too far gone, I think, in some regard.
I think my favorite part of it, and it's also like kind of contributes to my least favorite part, I guess, is um this scene where Joker jumps in after Harley Quinn in like the pool of acid.
Yeah,
I think that's like the most characterization we get from Joker
yeah,
is like he would do that for Harley Quinn, but also you get into this thing of like in Batman the Animated Series, which is where Harley Quinn was introduced. She didn't come from the comics; she came from that TV show, which I didn't know
hmm
for a long time. But anyways, um, they have an like, extremely one-sided relationship. But for this movie, they kind of are like, well, we don't want to make things too dark, so we'll have them actually love each other.
yeah. And then they kind of go back on that in Birds of Prey.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie entirely, but I feel like
Jared
that
Leto isn't in it.
exactly, and I think a part of that is because Jared Leto didn't want to be in it.
Yeah, but then someone like Zack Snyder talks to him, and he's like, "Wow, this is a man with incredible vision."
Well, hey, some people love Zack Snyder. I
Hey,
don't,
I'm not.
but
If you like Zack Snyder, good for you.
yeah, good. What's it like, liking the way movies look over how they actually are?
Yeah, what's that
If
like
you like
being an idiot? No, I'm joking.
it. All jokes. Okay, so there's I think there's more I didn't like about this. Oh, the Enchantress.
Whole lot of nothing.
Enchantress.
Yeah,
A whole lot of nothing. She walks really weird. And then she brings one of the worst plot devices ever with her, which is the giant beam in the sky.
yeah.
And this movie, that was like the nail in the coffin for this. Like when that happened, you
just
like were like, oh,
just the
that's what
entire
this
third
is.
act. Yeah, it's not. It's just a weird performance, and there's nothing to it.
Right.
And
Um,
and also, just this is a weird nitpick, but I don't think I'd ever noticed this before. But there's a bit where the Enchantress goes, "You don't have the balls," and
that was really weird. I
"What is
remember that
going on?"
too. Like when did she turn into like a gangsty teenager?
Yeah, because she's like 4,000 years old or something ridiculous like that. Yeah,
You don't have the balls to kill me.
and she went very English as well, which I appreciated, but that's not the point.
Okay, all right. Hey, relax, Mister. Never had cinnamon toast crunch. Anyways, um, what another thing? I think I'm kind of alone on this one. This is a smaller nitpick, but Killer Croc.
I don't like Killer Croc in this.
I don't like Killer Croc. I don't like the way his character is designed. His
No,
shoulders look too small.
he needs to look like the Hulk.
Right, and also I did not like the line delivery or whatever. Every line he said was like a punchline instead of like a character.
This is a bit like me complaining about the Thing in our last
Hmm.
Silver Lining episode, but I really didn't like his nipples.
Yeah, those were weird.
It's a weird design overall. I'm happy when they did King Shark, they've gone
Exactly.
big fella.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they have to do with this guy, but they're not doing it.
And so yeah, that kind of factors into my rewrite a little bit, but whatever. And last thing, I think this is a kind of like a big complaint I have for the movie. Spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, kind of. I don't know. If you haven't seen the movie, what are you doing?
They
Like, what
might
are you
just not
doing?
want to watch it.
Yeah, and so whatever. So in the scene where Harley Quinn escapes Joker and Amanda Waller orders Deadshot to shoot down Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Because like no point of this have they ever expressed any sort of like team mentality.
I
And
did
then
think that. He did also say he doesn't kill women, though.
he did say that, but like when he stopped, all like the team was like, yeah. And
But
Boomerang
yeah,
was
no,
like, good job, man.
this is kind of like another issue I had where he's called Diablo, isn't he? The fire guy.
Yeah.
Later on in the movie, in the final act, he goes, "I'm not going to lose another family," and I'm like, "You've literally known these guys for hours."
They have no like the whole time they hate each other, but maybe besides like Deadshot and Harley Quinn, but that's only after she ditches Joker.
Yeah, no, you're right, and it just doesn't. It's like the Fantastic Four again, where these characters don't have a relationship, but the movie tries to pretend that they do.
But they like to pretend that they do, as in the sense of like they just tell you they do.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what they did in the Fantastic Four as well.
Right.
Okay, I have quite a lot more complaints. This one's a bit nitpicky. Captain Boomerang, okay. He throws about 5 boomerangs in this movie. He throws very few boomerangs, and there's no like explodey ones. There's one that has a camera on that moves incredibly slowly.
So you're saying we need more Captain Boomerang?
More like dumb boomerangs that blow up and stuff like that, and just more Captain Boomerang.
Okay, because I thought you were about to talk about how you didn't like Captain Boomerang.
No.
Because I was gonna be like, really? I loved Captain Boomerang.
No. Another note I have here is I'm not a big fan of the introductions of all the Suicide Squad members.
Really? I like that stylized sort of thing.
See, my issue with this, what I've written down here, is that they keep showing me clips from a more interesting movie. When they're like, but they just show snapshots of stuff, and I'm like, that's more interesting than this movie. Show me that.
That's exactly. I think the first act of this movie is like setting up towards something really cool.
Yeah.
And then it just falls flat.
Yeah, I feel like if I watched that in the cinema, I'd really love that bit. But now I know what the rest of the movie is like. I'm watching it. I'm like, why can't I just see this movie instead?
Yeah.
It's just like there's certain stuff like if it was just a Deadshot origin movie or an origin story for any of these characters, I think would have worked better than in an actual movie if you did what they did in the things. Even like the Enchantress bit, I really liked her like flashback type thing when she falls in love with Rick Flag. The hand grabby thing. Yeah, okay. I've got more bad things. I have not finished. I've got lots to complain about. I think this one is controversial. The soundtrack. Because they choose good songs, but they will literally, especially in the opening, this is what annoyed me about the opening. They will play about 10 seconds of any song that kind of fit, and then they'll just move on to something else. Like in Guardians of the Galaxy or something, they really like choose the songs very carefully and build the scene around the song, and the song plays for longer than 10 seconds. But in this, it's kind of there for they'll sing like the title of the song, you hear the chorus once, and then it's gone, and that was annoying me.
Okay, that's fair. That is a fair argument because like I love it. Like I'm like, oh sick, it's this song.
Yeah.
And like I kind of don't really even like realize that it stopped playing, so I'm just like, that was cool.
Yeah.
But I get that complaint, and I get how that could be a bad, because like that's the music is like the first good thing on mine.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good choices. I just don't think it's utilized well, because I feel like a big problem with this movie is it was just DC going, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy was good, what can we do that's similar? And then they went, oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy had a soundtrack, let's make a soundtrack.
We had an 80s soundtrack, why don't we make a 90s soundtrack?
We're 10 years ahead of Marvel now.
Oh yeah.
The other one was I wrote they tried to do all character development in one scene, and that's in the bar.
That's the only point of character development there.
I feel like someone was writing the script, and then they were like, okay, the third act starts now, and they're like, we forgot to write in any character development. Okay, they go into the bar, they sit down, and they have a nice chat, and then they go and do the fight, and that's about it.
They all talk about how They're all ugly on the inside. Talk about being bad guys.
Yeah,
All right,
and yeah, good
then they
good
fight.
stuff. I may have more complaints to throw in later, but
Oh, do you not have any more? Is that it for your list?
yeah, I'll keep it at that for now.
All right. Now do we talk about the good? The
Yeah.
music. I love the music. That is on here, but music was good. There's good choices. How about that?
Yeah, I wrote some suits. I really like the Deadshot design. I really like. I do quite like the Enchantress design. I think
Which one?
the first one.
Yeah, I don't like the second one
Yeah, I think that
whatsoever.
works. There were other characters I liked the design of, and now they are not coming.
Captain Boomerang. I think he has a pretty cool design.
Yeah, I would like to see a bit more color, but
Do you like Harley Quinn's?
I think a problem with this movie is that at times it definitely does like over sexualize her.
Definitely. However, I will say it is a cool take on the character from
Yeah,
like
I
taking
I
it from
like
the.
I like the yeah. It
But
just
like they
is
even do this one shot in the movie where
yeah when
they
she
like
puts
go
her
like
shirt on.
no, not
Oh
even that. There's another one where they go like right under her legs. Where like it's
yeah,
like
and that's a good thing about Birds of Prey, and I think hopefully James Gunn has a bit more taste. Well, you can kind of
definitely
tell
does.
because she's not wearing, just like nothing on her legs at all.
Yeah.
But I like the hair. I think that's cool, and just the overall.
Yeah, the hair is cool. The like skin of the character and how like her makeup runs. I think
Yeah,
that all looks
yeah.
really
No,
cool.
I like that as well. There are more characters as well. Who else is in this movie? Um, who was I like? Hey, that looks cool.
Diablo,
Yeah, that's fine.
Rick Flag, Deadshot.
He doesn't. Yeah, I really like Deadshot's design. I don't think Rick Flag has anything.
No, he's a soldier. Uh,
Oh, I forgot a bad thing. Can I talk about it now?
yeah,
Two
yeah.
things actually. This is the infamous part of this movie. Slipknot.
Oh, Slipknot. Yeah,
See, it's so bad that we forgot about him, and just the fact that we know which characters are going to survive, and they literally only kill one of them off, and that's the movie is called Suicide Squad.
yeah. Well, I technically Diablo dies, doesn't he?
That's true, actually. Yeah, no, that's a good point. But like, I feel like James Gunn is definitely going to kill quite a few of them off because there are a
Oh,
lot more. But
yeah.
I'm appreciative of that. And the other bit is something I'm surprised you didn't mention. After talking about your biggest complaint of Fantastic Four, is so what are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad?
Okay, that was dumb. However, let's be real here. Him saying Suicide Squad makes more sense. It makes more sense. They're like, you guys are a team. You're going to be going into this thing. Well, you're probably going to die. He's like, so what are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad or
And then he
something?
winks at the camera.
Yeah. But Fantastic Fan Four Stick was way more stupid.
Yeah,
They
I
literally
get
go,
that.
"That's fantastic," and then Mouse Teller's like,
Say
"Guys, I
that
have an
again.
idea. We call ourselves the," and then it stops.
Yeah,
We don't
no,
even.
no, good point, good point. Okay, your next good thing.
Sorry, you got me a little heated there.
I'll stop bringing up that line.
Um, I had Harley Quinn because ignoring her over sexualization. I
I
think
put Margot Robbie on mine.
yes,
I
she was terrific as
I
Harley.
think she's really good in this. I'm with you on that. I
Yeah,
agree. I did write down Margot Robbie. I think she did do a very good job as this performance. She is kind of like, well, because she is so iconic now. Like this movie,
right.
I think this movie is universally not disliked, but kind of forgotten about to an extent.
Besides her character,
Besides this character, like literally nothing else in this movie people remember apart from that
no, I feel
part.
like people remember the Harley Quinn more than the movie.
Yeah, definitely. And
Um,
yeah, because this is kind of, I feel like if you walked up to somebody in a street and you went, what does Harley Quinn look like? They'd go, oh, she's got blonde hair with a bit blue and a bit pink. And they'd
mhm,
describe this version of the character. They wouldn't describe the one that's from the comics.
exactly. Um, and then I said Captain Boomerang. We already talked about how much for that Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
And David Harbour's in this.
Yeah, I did not realize that. I
I
think,
did.
was this pre Stranger Things?
I think it. I don't think so. I think Stranger Things came out in 2014.
So this is 2016. Let me find out. But I saw, and he does. I like him. He's good and stuff.
Oh no, it came out in 2016.
Oh, so this would have been before because this came out in August and Stranger Things came out Halloween, I think. Oh
No,
no,
it came out July
July.
15th.
July.
So this
So they
came
were.
out like right when David Harbour was like becoming big.
So yeah. So it's a bit. It's always weird to see like famous people in tiny roles like this.
Right. I mean, he has a yeah, he has a tiny role,
Like he
but
doesn't have many lines of dialogue. I think there's a lot of reaction shots of him while they're sitting in
yeah,
this restaurant, and he just nods.
it's it took me by surprise, and I'm like, wow. And it's like not David Baby Arbor, but it's like okay.
I think it's
I
just.
put that in
I
my
think it's just him being clean shaven.
yeah, it's definitely that.
You don't see that in anything else. I don't think.
Besides Black Widow.
He's yeah at the start, but then you're supposed to think, hey, it's baby um, David Harbour, aren't you?
Yeah. But
Good stuff.
anyways, I just put that on a good list because I'm like, I want to talk about that. And then
I
for the
put
last good thing, I'm going to talk about my last thing because I have one
okay,
left.
go on.
The first act, you talked about how it got you angry, but it was actually good. It was
No,
the
it's
only
good.
good
It's
act.
good, but it just keeps showing me a more interesting movie, and I'm like, I want to watch this.
Yeah, it does. All right, what's on your good list?
I put Deadshot.
Yeah,
I
I like.
I mean, it's kind of the cliche of Will Smith having to play like a misunderstood guy who's actually good in
Well,
to an extent, but
the
like not
only
good. Do you know what I mean? Like he kind of has this
yeah,
character he plays, which is this, but it works here. I do
I
like him.
think the only thing I don't like about his character is like he switches from like just like a bad person to like good person. Like this, I can't tell any sort of like character
Yeah,
development besides you just
I get
kill
that.
cops.
I get that. The thing is, I do really like his character, but honestly, I don't care that he's not in the new one. I'm not that
Me
bothered,
either.
and I don't know why that is.
But they have to be running out of like armored, you know, shooters, right? They already
Ah,
have Deathstroke,
that was
Deadshot.
all. That's all there was in the '90s. Don't you worry, they will never run out.
Like who's next? Who's Idris Elba playing? You know the name?
Bloodsport.
Oh my god.
But do you see these? I can guarantee you. I don't know this as a fact, but I can guarantee you. I'm going to check this now. That Bloodsport was introduced in the '90s or late '80s because that is the most '90s name I ever heard. '90s or late
Bloodsport, that's a
'80s.
movie, right?
Oh, it is 1988. Uh, yeah.
With Long Claude Van
Okay.
Damme or something like that.
He first appeared in Superman because he shot Superman and like injured him or something, and he was introduced April 1987, late 80s.
There you go.
Okay, but do I have anything else good? I think Amanda Waller is good.
Oh yeah, what's the name of the actress again?
Violet Davies, I think.
Violet Davis.
Yeah.
I like her.
She does a good job. And she's in the new one, so that's good.
Yeah, and so is Rick Flag.
Yeah, Rick Flag, Captain Boomerang, Amanda Waller, and Harley Quinn. I believe that is it.
I'm interested. I'm so interested what they're going to do with this story because James Gunn said it's not going to be a sequel.
Yeah, and they could have at least called it Suicide Squad 2. I don't know what they should have called it. The issue is, if you call it Suicide Squad 2, everyone's going to be like, I didn't like the first one. If you call it The Suicide Squad, everyone's going to be like,
That's the
I've
same
seen that
movie.
movie.
Yeah, because everybody calls it the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, and that now you have to make a conscious effort to go, it's called Suicide Squad.
Yeah, not the Suicide Squad. It's so dumb. Whatever.
Whatever.
Okay, so we talk about the good. We talk about the bad. Now do we get into the
Yeah, go on.
rewrites?
You share yours, and then I'm gonna see if I can
Okay,
improve your improvements because I have a few things I'd want to add.
so I'm kind of changing basically everything besides the first act.
Okay.
So we start the first act. We kind of get first act. We kind of get the same things to the first act. my Killer Croc is like more CGI. It looks more like a Killer Croc. Um, and Diablo is no longer in this movie
Why is that?
because I feel like, well, for this script or this idea, we don't really need him. We don't
Okay.
really need him
Yeah.
in the story. You don't need a big CGI fire monster. And also, I feel like his characterization was good for the story, but it's not needed. And I have some. I think should give like more time for like Captain Boomerang and Killer Croc and make it a little bit more even and focusing on this
And more time to Captain Boomerang's boomerangs.
specifically Captain's boomerangs. Um, and the rope guy is still in there because I feel like
Slipknot.
it's important. Slipknot is still it's important to have him so that like the characters realize, oh, we can actually die.
Yeah.
I just don't
I
like the way
re-
they did it.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm really disappointed that we didn't get Slipknot in the new one because that feels like exactly the kind of dumb character which James Gunn would go, yeah, this guy.
Well, I mean, they got Pete Davidson, who's definitely
Yeah.
going to die. So
You know he's going to die because for all the trailers, Harley Quinn is holding his javelin.
is she? Is she really?
In some of the shots, she's standing there holding his javelin. I'm like, oh, so he's dead. But
Oh,
anyone
and
else,
also,
anyone could die in that movie, and I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. Um, and so going back to it, Joker more or less stays the same. I kind of dig that whole mob boss thing, but just his laugh is different. Just maybe make me a little bit less comfortable, Mr.
We have
Leto.
Ryan Gosling instead.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling is the Joker. Um, but the new mission, instead of this whole Enchantress, there's no Enchantress. I just cut her out of the movie entirely.
That makes sense.
That makes it so much easier. Um, the new mission is the Suicide Squad has to gather some important intel on Superman near the wreckage of Batman v Superman, like where the whole Doomsday battle happened. There's some intel that they need to go get. Um, the crew goes, and Rick Flag, instead of having this, motivation that save his girlfriend, it's just he is like this soldier that has 100% loyalty in his country, and this team of individuals kind of makes him start to doubt. That is his character development throughout the movie.
Wait, you're adding character development?
Yeah, I know. I'm going a little risky here, but I'm gonna add some character arcs. And so they get to where the intel is, right? And then that's when Joker comes and saves Harley Quinn, takes Harley Quinn, and because Joker kind of knows that this is the government, he blows up the intel. So their whole mission is ruined. So Amanda Waller demands Deadshot to kill them as they're going away in their chopper. And so Deadshot shoots Joker, hits him in the shoulder. And so hitting him in the shoulder causes him to drop Harley Quinn out of the helicopter. And so she lands on the roof and they drive away. The helicopter goes away. Harley Quinn is stranded again. And so then they go to get Harley. What did you say? I
said again.
Again. Well, this happens again. I tried to keep that part, the Joker part, in there. So they go to Harley Quinn. They pick her up again. Harley Quinn is pissed at Deadshot, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, what are we going to do?" And then Deadshot says that he may have a plan. Using the government's resources and his knowledge of Batman's whereabouts, they go to the Batcave. All right, stay with me now. So they go to the Batcave, but they use the government's resources, but they don't tell Rick Flag. Right, they don't know where tell Rick Flag, and considering the Batcave is so hid out, they kind of are able to get away from Rick Flag. So now they're in the Batcave because the government wouldn't approve sneaking up on Batman because it's a stupid idea. So they go in the Batcave. They try hacking into Batman's computer, getting the intel, and then Batman comes down. So Batman's there. Batman's like the main antagonist, right? Okay. And he just beats the crap out of everybody. They put up a good fight, but Batman wins. Let's be honest here. Batman's gonna win and fight. But then Rick Flag comes in and he's like, no, wait. Guys, they're the good guys. And Batman's like, what do you mean? And then that's kind of the right before Batman kills like Deadshot or whatever. That's when Rick Flag comes in. And then that's when the movie kind of dies down. So they get the intel, and then Batman's like, oh, and by the way, you don't need this team anymore. They kind of, the after credit scene in this movie,
Yeah.
it's just at the end of the movie instead. And then Rick Flag is like, why? He's like, well, I got a league of my own. That's what Batman says. And then it's like, dun dun. And then Joss Whedon comes on screen. That's the idea.
It's pretty good.
Batcave.
Yeah.
What
An
were your
idea
additions?
I had for this movie was also to replace the main antagonist, believe it or not, but as the Joker.
Okay, I had this idea. How would you work in the Joker?
Now, this is the thing that I wasn't sure on.
Mm-hmm.
I think it definitely works to give them a more street level threat. I think you're definitely right in doing that. And I think maybe have the Joker's doing a big scheme where he's trying to kill this specific person. And then I would add an element of Harley Quinn being like, oh no, this guy's actually a bad bloke.
Okay.
And maybe like I shouldn't like side with him here.
Oh, okay. So you kind of want to go with Harley Quinn questioning her
Yeah.
aberration for the Joker.
Just because I think that's the only way you could get it to work with the Joker being the villain, because I don't mind her take on the Joker here. It kind of works for what it is of him being like, yeah, but I'd have him as the villain. But I like the idea of everything else. I'm not sure what like the main crux of it would be though.
It's hard to like. That's what I had trouble with. Like, there's definitely in my idea there's flaws. Like, how do they get to the Batcave?
Yeah, I'm not sure how. Yeah, I don't know, because the ending of your movie is just the fight ends because Rick Flag shows up and says it should.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And I'm not just insulting you here. It's just a point.
No, yeah, you're right, and that's because, like, to be fair, I wrote this at like 2:00 last night, but that was one thing I was like, well, I don't know, that's the best idea, but I think it's way better than you don't have the balls.
Do you think there's a world where the Enchantress could have worked?
No.
Do you not?
Maybe for a different movie, for more of a godly threat, but I feel like, or maybe, I don't know. I just really disliked the whole beam in the sky. She's going to take over the world. I don't think the Suicide Squad should be responsible for that.
Yeah, well, no, an issue I have with this movie is that they say, oh, the Suicide Squad or Suicide Squad are created to fight Superman if he ever goes rogue. Like, that's part of the idea.
Right.
Like, but this Suicide Squad isn't much more powerful than the army they're traveling around with. They're literally just, apart from Diablo, they're nothing. They're a guy who's pretty strong, a guy who throws boomerangs, a woman with a baseball bat, and a guy who's good with guns. They're not that powerful.
And well, Enchantress was kind of meant to be a part of the
yeah, that's true. It's just I don't. Yeah, no, it's just what I'm saying about how it doesn't work with a villain like the Enchantress when these are such street level guys.
Also, I don't like what I don't like about the villain in this is the whole Suicide Squad, the beginning of it, like the whole antagonist was like a member who's supposed to be a part of the Suicide Squad. Like that's like the whole movie's based on.
Yeah.
It's like gathered up a Suicide Squad for something, but then the Suicide Squad member ran away. So now the Suicide Squad is for a member of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. I think Starro is such a good choice.
Who?
Starro, who's the one.
The new one?
Yeah.
I have no clue what that character is
He's
about.
a giant starfish. That's all you need to know.
Is that it? That's why I think it's perfect. This
It's
is
just a
giant.
giant space starfish.
I think that's so ridiculous. It could work.
Exactly. It's just dumb, and I think everyone understands that it's dumb, so it works. When in this, they're like, "Oh, it's the Enchantress. She's scary, but also,
Oh yeah,
yeah."
she can make you imagine your dreams
I quite
or
liked the
whatever.
bit when Harley Quinn's like
I think
married.
that was really sentimental, and I thought that was a good that was some characterization there. Because Harley Quinn's story, I feel like they should have done a Harley Quinn origin story because it's so interesting how she used to be a therapist and how
Yeah,
like deep
well, that's
down
what I
she's
mean when they
still
show us clips of a more interesting movie.
right.
When they like show that, and I'm like, "Wow, this is interesting."
Did you hear about the whole like how like David Ayer has a full movie's worth of Joker and Harley
Yeah,
bits? I think that movie, out of all like the clips that we get in the first act, that could be the most interesting.
yeah. I'm just not convinced by this Ayer cut he claims to have.
Oh no, the Ayer cut doesn't exist.
He claims it does, but
Yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah, I like David Ayer. He have you ever seen Fury?
no.
Fury was pretty good. He's a good director, but just missed the mark on this one, I think.
Yeah, fair enough on him. I think the issue is like what to do about the villain.
Yeah, I think the villain is the main because like it's hard. Like, what's the villain of the villains? Like, you have a team of villains. Who's the villain
Maybe
going to be?
maybe you do just go. I think Joker is the sensible choice, but I don't know how you do it.
I feel like either Joker or Batman or Superman would be like the good one to go with.
Yeah, Superman's dead though. That's a shame.
Yeah, well, they're making a Suicide Squad game.
Okay, yeah, and in that it's Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, isn't it? Okay,
Yeah.
what if this is just I don't think I like this idea, but I'm throwing it out into the world. For some reason, Doomsday like revives
Okay.
in
Oh,
Metropolis.
and they have to take down Doomsday.
Yeah. But that's not worked because Doomsday, I think, is a less interesting villain because there's no personality there.
Yeah.
He's just like a
Besides,
wrecking ball.
friggin' Doomsday.
Unless you do something like, oh, I'm Lex Luthor and I've mind controlled. What about Lex Luthor?
Lex Luthor could be interesting, but isn't he like crazy and in jail?
He's in jail. I think you could undo the crazy.
Yeah. Well, they do undo the crazy in Justice League.
That's
Like,
true.
yeah.
And no, he's still crazy. Did you see the suit he was wearing? You got to be crazy to wear that thing. Um, I want to check. I'm right in thinking
Yeah.
what he wearing. What I'm thinking. I'm googling Lex Luthor Snyder Cut. Oh no, it's in the actual one. I think.
Well, he wears like a regular suit.
No, it's like squared, and then the shirt is striped, and then he's got a dotted tie. Here, I found a picture.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
I just didn't like it. Maybe it's the bald head.
You don't like Jesse Eisenberg bald?
I find it uncomfortable, to be honest.
He's an uncomfortable dude.
Yeah. Do you know I did a test where I took my glasses and like which actor do you look like most, and the answer was Jesse Eisenberg.
How do you do that test? The online thing?
Yeah, I can't remember now. It'll be an online thing, and I'm like, I don't think I look like this guy.
I get Asher Angel in my comments a lot.
I kind of get that. Wait,
Especially when I have the beanie on.
are you?
I'm actually related. We're actually brothers. He's next door right
I
now.
thought you were him for a second there. I was like, whoa.
When I made my Shazam video, I really tried to get his attention,
You
but it didn't work. The
just
video
need
did
to
well.
start duetting. Is he on TikTok?
He is. I tagged him in it.
You need to start like duetting his TikToks and being like, oh,
No,
I look just like you.
they're so bad.
This picture, he looks. I googled Asher Angel to compare it. I'm
What
going to show you
picture?
this photo of him because it looks just like you.
Is it the one where he's in the camera like this?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that one looks. I can see that one looks a lot
Like some of
you.
these, I'm like, no, that doesn't look much like you. But that one, I'm like, wow. Is that actually you? Let me look. No, that one looks like you. Found another one that looks like you. We're getting sidetracked. I don't even know if I'm going to
Oh.
keep this in.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
I think there's another one somewhere that I think looks like me.
That one.
Yeah, that one. Now we're just looking at pictures of Asher Angel.
Seen your face properly, you know? Sorry.
Well, yeah.
I don't think it makes that much difference, but to be fair, saying that, maybe I'm the best person to say this because I've never seen Asher Angel's face.
This is true. So you're unbiased.
Exactly, I'm
That's the
unbiased.
thing.
People in your real life, they're like, I've seen your face in real life, and I've seen Asher Angel's face on screens.
Right. And so they're like, yeah, you look like him. But you, as far as you know, I could just be really intelligent AI.
We're actually joking.
Real.
We film this in the same room. Just we have a
Yeah.
set. We're sitting opposite each other right now, but just our set is very
Yes, you have a lot of lights on you right now. It's like 90% of the electricity in the house right now is on you to make sure it looks.
we share an apartment together, friend style.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you're obviously Chandler and I'm Joey, but
I was gonna say, I'll take Chandler. Could I be any more Chandler? Okay, moving on.
what would you do if I told you I don't watch Friends?
I don't watch Friends.
Me either. Do you watch How I Met Your Mother?
No. Go on.
Okay.
Sitcoms, I'm like Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec is sitcoms is the most confusing word ever.
It's this I've got no idea how much of this I'm keeping in.
Because like Breaking Bad is technically a sitcom. You can refer to it as a sitcom. It's a situational comedy.
WandaVision, that's a good sitcom. Is that your response to WandaVision? You have very strong feelings on it.
No, but like I mean, technically, yeah, WandaVision is sitcom for the first 2 episodes,
Yeah.
and then it's technically still a sitcom.
But like
So I guess-
episode 2 might be my favorite episode of WandaVision when they're doing the magic show.
That's your favorite episode?
That is the magic show is the best scene of that show, I reckon.
Wrong. I'm playing with this thing. Sorry.
I can tell. I can't really do that. All I've got is this. I can go. What's up, guys? Okay, this is our loosest episode yet.
Oh yeah, we're loosey goosey.
I feel like I say that every single week.
Last week we were screaming about Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
While our guest just sat in silence. I'm just gonna stay here now.
Oh
Anyway,
God.
Suicide Squad. We've barely. Would I improve it? I would have to blow up more heads. I'd introduce more characters at the start.
Yeah, just so they can get rid of them.
Yeah, and just
To
blow
make
up
it
more
an actual
heads.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Um.
And I would make it a Slipknot solo movie.
Yeah, actually, you just kill everybody besides Slipknot.
In the
They just
first
have
2
him
minutes.
Yeah, and just have him zipping around the whole time.
He can climb anything. I mean, I'd be able to climb anything if I had that massive grapple gun he had.
Wait, he can climb anything?
That's what they say about him.
Can he climb a building?
I mean, he climbed half a building.
he
If someone goes, I can climb anything. Is your first question? Wow, can you climb a building? Because I don't think a building is very high up the list of difficult things to climb.
Well, I was just gonna ask you a bunch of questions to see if you could climb.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I apologize for undermining your joke. I don't know why I'm sitting in the corner.
They're very small right now. Very large.
Okay, let's talk about. Okay, I don't know what I would do with this movie.
I think we got some good ideas out. I think what the main thing is like, you can't have this team go up against like a huge.
I get that.
Person.
I apologize for using the word that you don't like, but to improve this movie, I would give Harley Quinn some trousers.
You mean shorts? Maybe some pants?
Trousers are pants.
Oh, how am I supposed to know?
Do you not know what trousers are?
Okay, well, trousers that can be used loosely.
No, trousers are pretty tight most of the time. Okay. The issue is when I pick this up, I'm pretty sure the volume goes up a lot. Well, okay. Trousers are just what you call pants. We call pants what you call underwear, but we also use the phrase underwear.
You call pants underwear.
No. Like if you said, "Oh, what pants are you?" If you went, "Can I see your pants?" I would go, "No, you cannot, pervert."
I see. What do you call shorts? Do you use shorts?
Shorts.
Like, do you use that word?
Yes, we call them shorts.
Okay.
What are you wearing on your bottom half right now?
Sweatpants.
Yeah, we don't say sweatpants either.
We say sweat trousers.
No, you're not gonna like this. They're either called tracksuits, which is fine, or the bad one is jogging bottoms.
Jogging bottoms. Yeah. That's 4 syllables. Why do you need that much to say sweatpants? What'd you get at Walmart today? I got a couple pairs of jogging bottoms.
Yeah, no. we don't have Walmart, so that's not gonna work.
Shut up. You're not missing out on anything when it comes to Walmart.
Hello, Highlights channel.
Okay.
We should probably talk about the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad.
It's a weird noise. Should
I
we?
feel like I'm losing my mind. Okay.
Should we rate Suicide Squad? Should we
do the rating thing? Sure. Well, I don't care at this point. Okay. I would. Sorry. I would give the original a 5.
I give it a 6. I think there's some redeeming things about it.
Okay. And what would you give our rewrite?
A 7.
I was going to say 7 as well.
Because I think approaching this movie, because her whole idea when it comes to rewriting is keeping the integral plot generally the same, but changing things to make it better. I think 7 out of 10 is the most we could do, or like anybody could do with what they were given.
Just you wait until the Ayer cut gets released. # release the Ayer cut.
No. That's so dumb. Just let Suicide Squad die.
Let it die. I don't want to watch. Why are they tricking me into watching movies twice?
Well, you don't have HBO Max. I'm tricked into watching a lot of movies I would never watch.
I got Snyder Cut for free, so I'm not complaining.
Lucky.
I am complaining because I watched the Snyder Cut for 4 hours.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair.
It was fine. Okay, we are just
rambling.
Okay, anything else to say?
No, I think that's it.
What are we? Some kind of HD movie talk podcast? Squad. Okay, next week is a thing. I think it's Guests Best, where we take a guest and we talk about their best details. Movie. TBD.
Yes, TBD.
That's definitely because we want to keep it a secret and not because we are not planned.
Definitely because we want to keep it on the hush hush, not because we don't.
We have a big guest coming, everyone. It is Will Smith to talk about his favorite movie, Gemini Man.
to talk about his favorite movie, Collateral Beauty.
I reckon he's got a really dumb favorite movie, like just something dumb.
Casablanca or something.
No, I reckon it's something dumb. I'm like Googling what? Will Smith favorite movie. Men in Black 2 is the worst Men in Black movie. No, maybe not. Okay, Will Smith's 10 best movies ranked. We're going. Okay, are we gonna do this? I'm just gonna go skip to 1. Can I have the list, please? IndieWire. Okay. Oh no, they're his movies. Okay. His favorite movie that he is in is The Fresh Prince. No, that's a TV show. What? It was The Fresh Prince of. So his second favorite is Men in Black. and his favorite is Ali.
Ali? His favorite movie ever is Ali?
Yeah, Ali. He plays Muhammad. Oh no, it'll be Ali because he's playing Muhammad
Oh,
Ali.
Ali. Oh, Ali.
It's spelled Ali, and then I didn't know what it was about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Muhammad Ali. That's what he's talking about.
Pursuit of Happiness is a very good movie.
It is a really good movie.
Anyway, shut up. We need to end this. I'm just
Yes, me too.
prolonging
Have
the
fun
end.
editing this.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for watching or whatever. I apologize that you watched.
Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry. You really made it this long?
We're
Wow.
taking over a week's break of recording. So hopefully the next time I speak to you, we're going to be more put together men.
But the viewer won't be able to notice though. You'll
No,
have no idea.
you have no idea. It'll be seamless.
You
Stop talking to me and end it. You talk.
Okay, all right, guys. Thank you for watching. Check out our stuff. I'm on TikTok at Fluffy Duffy and Fluffy Duffy on everything else, really.
I'm Dean's Beans, 2 underscores.
Two. I always forget that it's two.
So do I.
How is progress been getting the guy with one?
None.
Oh,
Maybe I get the
rough.
dot. Does somebody have the dot?
Have you ever tried the dot?
Let's have a look. And stop talking and
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for watching today. Adios.
goodbye.